It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my partners, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight we'll see the Washington Wizards playing against the Miami Heat. For the Heat, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. And guys, it's hard to believe that for a portion of his career, Hassan Whiteside was having a hard time getting minutes at all. He was even out of the league for a few years. What clicked for him to become the player he is today?
Well, I've talked to him personally, Ernie, and he understood that work and focus was all he needed to be in the NBA. He started playing to his strengths. Every now and then he does silly stuff. I'll call him and say, hey, straighten up. That's why he got the big contract, Ernie.
Yeah, there seem to be times when he's not exactly dialed in.
He's not dialed in, but he's a young player. But, you know, when I don't see him dialed in, then that's when I dial in and say, yo, man, you got to get dialed in.
And he takes your calls?
Oh, of course he does.
Well, you know, it's hard to get second chances in this league, but he's made the most of them. And when he's making the most of them, he's getting them SLNs. You know what that is.
Shaq-like numbers.
Without question.
That's what that meant. Wow.
Thanks, Kenny.
Thanks, Kenny.
That'll do it for now. We send you to Kevin Harlan, who's got the call.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Our sideline reporter tonight is David Aldridge. The Heat trying to take advantage of their home court in this one before leaving Miami. Well, compared to last season, you'd have to say the start to this season has not been quite what you'd expect. They hope to improve their record with the win tonight, certainly.
And it's in your DNA. You come up against a natural rival, you're going to be a little bit salty.
And that's what makes it fun. You love seeing these two teams go head-to-head. They're going all out.
And before the action gets going here, let's go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Eric Spoelstra. What's the news, David?
Well, guys, he told me they're up against a team that really finishes strong at the rim, and he wanted to get that point across to his players. He wants them to protect the rim with every bit of energy they've got throughout this entire contest. Let's see if they're up to it, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And Doris, early returns in the season so far. Some teams already separating themselves as championship contenders. Are we getting ahead of ourselves? Is it too early for them to start thinking about home court advantage right now?
You know, this is a fascinating thing in the NBA because there is some current analytics that suggest that home court advantage is not playing the part it once did in NBA success.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would say to you this, somebody who, like LeBron James, has proven consistently he can win a game or two on the road in the playoffs to go ahead and negate that home court advantage. For somebody who is in championship contending position consistently, home court is not part of their long-term thinking.
And now Washington's starting group. Morris and Gortat together down low. A great scoring pair of wings. Beal the 2, Porter the 3, and it's Wall in at the 1. Now here's Wall. Out to Morris. Three-pointer. And the 3-ball is good.
Well, terrific ball movement there, and once again, John Wall finds the right man at the right time.
Dragic the pass to Whiteside. Screen by Olynyk. The 3, and Dion Waiters the bucket on the assist by Whiteside.
And that was a real quick comeback there. Both sides showing some range.
But both teams are pulling the trigger right now, showing great confidence from behind that arc.
Now here's Beal. An 11-point game for him in the win against Sacramento. Morris with a screen on Waiters. 4 on the shot clock. Hangs. Morris kicks to Gortat. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Lays it up off the glass.
When he gets that close, more often than not, Gortat is going to convert.
Dragic kicks to Olynyk. Waiters outside. Heat moving the ball around. Here's Whiteside. And it's Bradley Beal with the rebound.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Well, defenders are in the area, and that's all it took to force him to change his release.
Waiters no luck. Last game for the Heat, they picked up the win against the Detroit Pistons.
And sometimes in that hostile environment, it is hard to stay true to who you are. But give them credit, they did, especially on offense.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, a testament to how level-headed this group is. Nice job executing on the offensive end of the floor.
Here's Olynyk following the basket by John Wall. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And one issue we saw with the Wizards last postseason, Doris, was their bench.
Right, a large part of that is the bench just didn't have any explosive scoring. On the season, their bench was bottom 3 in the league in group efficiency, and that's an area they greatly wanted to improve upon this year.
He misses the free throw.
And probably the prime memories with the Heat have to be from the Big 3 era. I mean, the team has done a great job of transitioning from that era to this current one, but classic example for me of reloading versus rebuilding.
And he can't hit the second. And Greg, credit the Miami Heat front office and coaching staff for continuing to keep this team competitive despite losing several Hall of Fame type players in the last couple of years.
And that is never an easy task for a franchise to go through. But the Heat have stayed in the competitive picture with smart signings and trades, and don't discount the impact Eric Spoelstra has had on that roster.
Love to see a shooter like Beal mixing it up on the interior.
The Heat trail by 4. Dragic dishes to Richardson. And Olynyk kicks to Whiteside. 17-foot shot on the way. Misses off the left iron. Wall passes to Porter. And stolen by Whiteside. Richardson against Porter. Richardson dishes to Whiteside. And Waiters kicks to Richardson. Dragic the pass to Richardson. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Richardson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Wall dishes to Porter. Pass to Gortat. Here's Morris. Second shot opportunity. Rebound by the Heat. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
So what you look for in the first game, 1, does one team make a statement? And 2, how does the other team react to that?
Whiteside, and he gets the bucket. Whiteside's got his second basket. The Wizards have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. There's a screen by Gortat. And Beal kicks to Porter. Outside, Wall. 5 on the clock. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, you look at Markieff Morris, and you see a player, Greg, who is finally meeting his potential.
And you know what? Give credit to Morris because he's fallen in line with the team and the staff here. I think he's always had the talent to be an impact player. It just took a structured situation for him to really flourish, and I think he's found a home here in Washington.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Markieff Morris, a power forward who gives you a different look and a little bit of everything, Doris.
Well, what I love about Keith, he isn't going to back down on the block, and he's able to score in a number of different ways. Got a great nose for the basket, collected when finishing at the rim. This guy adds so much value.
And so he hits both.
Well, when you look at this Washington team, the strength clearly lies in that backcourt. Wall and Beal, arguably the best backcourt in this league. They are the engine that motors this team with their scoring and playmaking.
Richardson the pass to Dragic. That shot no good. And Washington the other way now. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Guys, there's so many great scorers in our league. It makes it tough to get stops, but somehow they were able to do it consistently in that one.
Well, obviously props to them for playing lockdown defense. They looked flustered throughout the game. Nothing came easy to their opponent. That was well done.
This Washington backcourt of Wall and Beal. Last season, Greg, they were able to both stay healthy, and Wizards fans finally saw just how potent they both could be.
And remember all those rumors how these two couldn't coexist? Well, they sure liked existing together last season. I mean, they really carried this group when it mattered, and both just explosive players who are not only leaders, but they're terrific two-way players for this franchise.
The Heat trail by 3. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Olynyk can't hit.
Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space.
From deep, Wall cans it from downtown. Wall's got 5.
Catch and shoot opportunities, more efficient. Wall gaining confidence every year in that shot.
Whiteside, a screen on Wall to stop the run. Tries again. Tries yet again. He takes it up and lays it in. 6 points for Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah, and the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
From deep, Wall, and the Wizards hit again from deep.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Now here's Dragic. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Richardson, good.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Well, I love how personal this thing is getting. If you drain a 3 on me, anything you can do, I can do better.
Now here's Wall. He's coming off a 16-point game against Sacramento.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
Here's Richardson. And he overshot that one, missing. Washington leading now by 4. Beal from long range. Miami grabs the miss. Whiteside's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Waiters gets a wide open look. Off target from 3-point range.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Beal, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. They get Hassan Whiteside.
I like the mentality by Beal. Takes it inside, mixes it up a little bit. Nice. I don't think there's any doubt, guys, that last season was the best season in Bradley Beal's young career. It was the most points per game, and he did so while shooting 48%. Just really impressive.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. For Beal, his improvement wasn't only in the scoring department.
No doubt. I thought he had a strong case for most improved player when you look at the areas he elevated his game. Career high in assists, career high in threes made, as well as free throws taken. I mean, what more could you ask for?
And Miami going with a whole new group out there, and a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Miami's checked in for Gortat. Scott comes in for Markieff Morris. Oubre's checked in for Porter. And it's Frazier in for John Wall.
How about all 4 of Bradley Beal's brothers chose to play college football? The outlier and the wiser choosing round ball.
Here's Magruder. Winslow, the pass to Adebayo. Miami needs to get a shot off. From deep, Johnson hits the 3-point bomb. Johnson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Washington leading now by 3. It's Scott on the wing. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Winslow with it. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Magruder passes to Adebayo. Magruder kicks to Johnson. Offensive rebound Heat. Shoots over Scott. And the shot is good from Johnson. Johnson's got his first basket of the night.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Frazier against Johnson. Oubre dishes to Mahinmi, and there's the foul. It's on Rodney Magruder. That is his first foul of the game. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Beal. Frazier, the pass to Meeks. And again, Washington, no good. Miami's gone 4 of 6 from long range here early on. Johnson kicks to Winslow. Pass to Magruder. Johnson dishes to Johnson. Back to Johnson. Just 4 to shoot. Johnson the screen. Here's Magruder. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Heat lead by 1. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Out to the right wing. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Listen, Kelly Oubre comes out of Kansas a little bit as a project. He had unbelievable speed and athleticism and had to impact the game defensively. But he is really starting to expand his role on the offensive end.
2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And Doris, for Kelly Oubre, you can see the athleticism he has.
No doubt. I mean, the speed is always on display, whether he's on the interior, trying to get out in transition, trying to blow by a defender. Once the finishing catches up, this guy's going to be a nightmare to defend.
And he misses the second one as well, so he's 0 for 2 that time.
And remember, you know, he grew up in New Orleans, but Kelly Oubre had to move to Texas after Hurricane Katrina. Some tough times that he said put a little bit of a chip on his shoulder to this day.
Now, here's Meeks. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Nice ball movement by Washington. Out to the wing. They get it back. Oubre kicks to Mahinmi. And it's blocked. And he's able to get it back. Johnson, the pass to Magruder. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Wizards.
And the three-pointer was their preferred weapon. It can be a risky strategy, but it's one that more and more teams have embraced over the years.
And he makes the first.
And probably the one constant of this Miami team the last few years has been their defense. They do a great job of making life difficult for opposing shooters, and it's been anchored by one of the best shot blockers in the game with Whiteside.
He hits both from the stripe. 1:27 left in the first quarter. They need this one. Johnson with the block. Winslow kicks to Magruder. Shoots over Meeks. Miami no good on that time either. And the Miami defense is more than just Whiteside blocking shots, as you might say. Greg, they do a great job of limiting opponents' threes.
Yeah, they challenge the three ball as well as anybody. Both contest the shot and close out to deny the attempt from even being taken. This roster does a great job of taking away space from shooting.
And then Johnson with the dunk. Ooh.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Frazier dishes to Scott. Back to Frazier. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. If they time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
They set the pick. Here's Magruder. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. But they recover it. Such a wide open look. Now it's a 7-point Miami lead.
Well, not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Mahimi a screen. It's Scott on the wing. Feeds to Oubre. Over Winslow. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And so it's Miami heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And John Wall spoke prior to the game. He talked about the identity of the Wizards team.
Defensively, just being that gritty and grimy team that makes it tough for teams to score in the paint. I think we can be a very great team.
The Wizards not exactly the first team that you think of when it comes to gritty and grimy team defense, but maybe he's really got a point here in how tough the Washington defense can be.
And you don't get there without the defense. I'm especially impressed that Wall has that mindset.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second chance points.
I don't think the defense has been very good, and right now they're letting them pounce all over them and get second chance opportunities.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Washington, Frazier is out there with Jody Meeks. Then there's Oubre, and there's Ian Mahimi, and it's Scott in at the power forward. Wizards trail by 9. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Miami's Eric Spoelstra is known for his focus and his devotion to work. How does he stay centered? Yoga. He said, I like it because you have to keep your eyes on your own mat. If you're not focused on the spot in front of you, you'll fall over. Kevin, that mindfulness translates across the board.
Mindfulness. That's an interesting way to look at things, D.A. Spo is a great communicator. Knows how to certainly get through to his team. Just 5 on the clock. Johnson attacking. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And this is what you like about Ian Mahimi defensively. He might not be the highest flyer, but big-time enforcer.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Miami. The Wizards shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Two shots.
No good on the free throw. Of course, every team now is looking for bigs who can rebound, block shots, defend in the perimeter, and hit the face-up jump shot, which we've seen. But now they're moving outside. That's asking a lot of the versatility from that one position. So when you think of that, who fits the bill in your mind?
Well, the guy who was eye-popping in limited action was Mr. Joel Embiid. What a great personality and a diverse skill set on the offensive end. Anthony Davis and Karl Anthony Towns, both from the University of Kentucky, have the kind of skill set that I think makes them the prototypical next generation NBA player. Those guys can step away, make three-point opportunities. Both can face up, put it on the deck, and go in either direction. Both can go with their back to the basket. I mean, what a luxury for those coaches to have a big man with those capabilities.
Now, here's Scott. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. A nice shot by Frazier. The Heat leading by 4. Johnson, the pass to Adebayo. He feeds it to Winslow. On the wing, Johnson, the 17-footer. Oubre pulls it in.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Outside, Scott. It's stolen by Johnson. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Now here's Winslow. Tight defense on him. Johnson the screen. Shot clock at 6. Johnson gets the bucket. Johnson's got 7 points. Wizards trail by 7. Now Frazier. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Dishes to Oubre. It's deflected. Here's Magruder. He's guarded by Meeks. Offensive rebound. Johnson outside. Now here's Winslow. He's tightly guarded. Johnson sets the screen for Winslow. Magruder kicks to Johnson. Dives for it. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And let's take this chance now to break out the list of the league's leading teams in the steals department. The Heat in second.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Whiteside's checked in for Adebayo. Dion Waiters comes in for Rodney Magruder. And it's Dragic in for Johnson.
I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunk's the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it's certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Throwing it down that emphatically energizes the whole team, and that can be a huge shift in momentum.
Wizards trail by 7. Inside. Meeks dishes to Morris. Over Johnson. That shot is off. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. To the inside. Here's Gortat. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And throughout his career, Doris, Marcin Gortat, a player who you can always consider a double-double threat.
Right, he's a pro's pro. Marcin Gortat knows every night you're going to get great effort from me. I'm going to battle on the glass. I'm going to do all the dirty work inside.
Gortat, no good on the free throw.
And it's the little things that Marcin Gortat is so good at that helps you at that center position. His awareness of space, strong in the pick and roll, and also a solid finisher at the rim.
The Heat leading by 5. And here's Richardson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Detroit. And the shot goes in. For Washington, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. And with Gortat, it's those little things like setting timely screens or Greg moving to open up room for others that make him so valuable.
Kevin, he is deadly in the pick and roll. One of the best screeners in terms of his effectiveness to create space. And usually he's near the top of the league in terms of baskets that are created off of his screens. Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Heat have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And he makes the first. Doris, so much offense is perimeter generated right now. What, if anything, could get us back to running more plays, say, through the post?
Do you think we could reinvent Hakeem Olajuwon or perhaps Patrick Ewing or
I
Bill
wish we
Russell?
could. I wish we could.
Because I know this.
Good point.
Every time I walk by a pickup game on the outside, you see guys sprinting to the three-point line and looking to be Steph Curry.
I know. Wizards trail by 9. And Wall kicks to Morris. Back to Wall. And it's Miami with the rebound. Whiteside's got 8 rebounds in this game. Shoots from the right block.
Well, with that 7'1" wingspan for Otto Porter, he can provide some shot blocking.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
Well, listen, we know the heart of this Wizards team is the backcourt of John Wall and Bradley Beal. They are the engine that gets this team going, and both serve as great leaders as well.
And with the chance, let's take a look now at the numbers for Marcin Gortat. 6th in rebounding, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game. Now here's Beal. Some good scoring numbers for him right now, averaging 17 points a game. Here's Waiters, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Doris with Wall and Beal, the Wizards leaders. Most would argue that they are the best backcourt right now in the Eastern Conference.
Well, there is a tandem in Toronto that might argue that supposition. But to me, Bradley Beal and John Wall are absolutely one of the elite backcourts in the NBA. Both guys are efficient scoring. Both can create off the dribble. And it's hard to overstate how much they mean to this team.
2 shots.
No good on that one. And Greg, you hear about the competitive culture that this Miami Heat franchise has.
Yeah, and that doesn't always work for some teams, but it works for the Heat. This group will push each other all the time to be the best they can be. The practices have a feel of game-level intensity.
And he sinks the second. Doris, one result of the new CBA, minimum contracts increasing 45%. That's a big help to the NBA's working class, I think.
Well, I don't think there's any question that you see increasingly role players, someone like Draymond Green, whose value has not necessarily translated in terms of points per game, but his value to winning can't be calculated. And you're right. You know, you see important role players and guys below the superstar level increasingly becoming better compensated. And hey, listen, there's more of the pie to go around. Who doesn't enjoy a little more cherry pie, Kev?
Yeah, good thoughts. Good thoughts. Pass to Dragic. There's the dish to Richardson. To the left side wing. They set the pick. Just 5 on the clock. And Olynyk kicks to Richardson. Richardson missing again.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
And the shot goes in.
Well, when Porter gets that kind of room to operate inside, he's extremely dangerous.
Wall against Dragic. Screen by Olynyk. Now here's Waiters. Defense right on him. Good work defensively by Morris. Wizards trail by 10. Here's Wall. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Wall's got 12 points in the game.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Whiteside a screen on Wall. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Shoots over Gortat. To the paint. Here's Richardson. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And Wall kicks to Beal. And Whiteside sends it back. And Dragic with a clear path to the hoop. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
And that's a terrific sequence at both ends there. There was the block shot, then the run out, and nice finish on the break.
Now here is Morris. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Sacramento.
You know, he was also one of the... Oh, that's unbelievable. Well, the presence of mind from Kelly Olynyk, knowing someone's open, finds him quickly.
That unleashed chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. And Gortat kicks to Wall. Second chance shot, and there's the nice layup by Gortat. Gortat's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Whiteside, the pass to Dragic. Back to Whiteside. Gortat with the block.
Well, providing stout rim protection, Gortat is a two-way player.
And stolen by Richardson. Here's Waiters. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Waiters got the lead up to 14 now for the Heat.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Washington calls timeout. Doris, back in college, you earned a master's in education. How close were you to pursuing that path versus veering into becoming an analyst for basketball games?
Yeah, you know, to be honest with you, I always felt like I would be a high school teacher and a basketball coach, and someday maybe I'll coach a boys high school basketball team. Very close, Kevin. I happened into broadcasting. I left coaching at Providence College. They put their women's basketball games on radio, and that was my entree into the business, and slowly but surely it grew every year.
But still educating still, right? I mean, don't you feel there's a part of education to being an analyst?
Oh, there's no question about it. You are trying to help that viewer to be as close to the action as we are fortunate enough to be, and sure, just describing what's going on. It's a lot of fun.
You are a PhD in broadcasting. Whiteside sets the pick for Richardson. A step back shot here, and the jumper falls for him. Richardson's got 10.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Wall dishes to Beal. There's the pick. Left side, Wall. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Waiters for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. 17 points in the game.
Boy, he has exploded. You couldn't ask for a better quarter from a guy.
And Wall kicks to Porter. Gortat, the pass to Morris. Lays it up off the glass.
Just a really good finisher inside. Morris showing aggressiveness at the point of attack.
Well, Heat leading by 15. Now here's Dragic. He's coming off a 10-point game against Detroit.
And his court vision was extraordinary, too. Let's not forget that. He was flawless passing the ball. I'll tell you, that's an assist that shows great sense for where his teammates want to move.
And here are the Heat now. They're on a 15-6 run. Olynyk has the open look. Offline with his 3.
Well, that's the shot they want. He always has the green light when he's that open. Boy, one miss isn't going to change that.
Beal, that's tipped.
Okay, Kelly Olynyk getting up high for that rejection. At 7 feet, that length comes in handy. Defensively, Kev, it's very hard to impact a shot from the mid-range when you're giving up that many inches as a defender.
Dragic dishes to Whiteside. And it's Waiters atop the key. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Boy, a sliver of room. That's all he needed to get to the bucket. Nice aggressive move, slipping and sliding his way through.
And Whiteside sends it back.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
That one goes. Count it. Richardson's got 12.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And Wall kicks to Morris. Here's Beal. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Just the threat of that shot, enough to get him airborne. Nice fake by Beal.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight. That free throw, no good. He hits the 2nd from the line. 7 seconds left in the first half of basketball. On the wing, Johnson. Just 3 on the clock. That one misses.
Boy, with that much space around him, maybe he's better off attacking the basket than settling for the jumper.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. It's the Heat. They lead by 18. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. James, you came out and you were really productive. In fact, the whole bench was productive.
Yeah, of course, you know, that's what the second unit is for. We go hard in practice. We know we can play with the best of them, and we just want to give our first guys the first group a lift.
You certainly did, James. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break, with the 3rd quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They are in control of this game, up by 18. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, they built this lead in large part because of the sharpshooters off the bench. The subs played a superb game. Get it? Subs, superb. Oh, I'm rolling tonight. I mean, they played like starters.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
The first thing to say is, what's up with the turnovers? Jeez. You can live with some missed shots and stuff like that, but you can't keep turning the ball over. It's crushing for a team. It just saps all your confidence when you play a half like that, Ernie. Ugh.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. It's been one outstanding game from Dion Waiters.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
You know, my favorite thing, Greg, I think he showed no fear in attacking the defense. He got on the interior with ease.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the 3rd. Wizards trail by 18. Olynyk down low with Whiteside. Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. And it's Richardson in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. Here's Wall, and it's good from the elbow. Wall's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Wizards.
Now, this is a big-time offensive game right now. Wall is giving the defense everything they can handle.
And Waiters kicks to Whiteside. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Boy, just enough defensive attention to throw that shot off target.
Well, with Whiteside, no matter what he is doing, he is always setting the tone the way he goes about defending the rim. It's like he's taking it personally that these guys are not going to score on him.
And you know what? He's a tone setter defensively. He gives his group confidence when he's on the floor. And, you know, teams are starting to realize you simply do not go at Whiteside. The block numbers might be down, but his defensive impact is as high as ever.
Wall passes to Gortat, and the shot is good. Gortat's got 8 points.
Well, that's how a big man is supposed to finish, right? Gortat rolling with aggression.
Screen by Olynyk. Waiters against Beal. Waiters outside, 6 to shoot. Kicks it to Olynyk. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Boy, they're slow coming out of halftime. Just 0 for 3 to start this half.
Morris dishes to Gortat, and Whiteside sends it back. And here we go with Waiters, running it up the court. Shoots over Beal, kept alive. Wall with a block.
Twice on the pipes, the anticipation, the athleticism. Terrific job by Wall rejecting that attempt.
Porter, no luck. The Heat leading by 14. Here's Richardson, and it's sent back by Morris. He dishes it to Wall. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. I think everyone can now agree that John Wall is one of the better point guards in the NBA.
No doubt. At this point, when you factor in his production, he's got to be in the top 5, if not top 3 guards in the league. One of the better passers we have as well. It's just hard to find guards that can create so easily the way Wall can.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That's good from Wall.
I think when you watch John Wall with his speed both in the half court and the open floor, he creates so much. This guy's blow-by ability sets up his teammates, and I'll tell you, it's the engine that gets this offense started.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And Wall, a fantastic shot creator, both for himself and for others. He's done a better job, Doris, of getting to the free throw line as well.
You know, Kev, it's almost amazing how much of the offense is created through John Wall. There's no doubt he deserved MVP consideration for everything he does for the Wizards. Great season, and was the clear leader on one of the best teams in the East.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
You know, they found a way to compose themselves on both ends of the floor, and that's what's really powered this run.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And on the season, he's just a shade under 80 from the line. I'll bet he'd like to get that up over that mark.
One shot. One shot.
And that one falls for John Wall.
I think if you think about the climb of this Wizards franchise in the Eastern Conference, you closely associate it with their star point guard, John Wall.
Olynyk, a screen on Wall. Dragic kicks to Olynyk. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. There's the pick. Here's Waiters. That's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Waiters. And a look here at the shot chart for Wall.
And when you look at this shot chart, you get a good visual of just how often they are settling for something outside. They have to know that this defense wants them to take those kinds of shots, and they would be a lot better off if they recommit to attacking the basket.
And the Wizards making a change here. Oubre's checked in. Wall passes to Gortat. Wall against Dragic, and stolen by Whiteside. Raiders for 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got 6 assists in the game.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Washington calls timeout.
And, you know, last season, it seemed like it was a strong return to form for Goran Dragic. Was able to be more ball dominant when he was on the floor. And that style seems to work to his advantage, and he just seemed more comfortable in his role with this team.
Morris with a screen on Waiters. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And had the right idea there in calling
for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
Yeah, just a matter of he needs to be there a split second earlier. Not much room for error when you're setting a screen.
Olynyk dishes to Waiters. And too long on the shot.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
In the corner, it's Oubre. It's Richardson on the wing. 12 points for him. Whiteside sets the pick for Waiters. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on John Wall. Doris, a common theme with this Washington Wizards team that has helped with their success is how much confidence they play with.
Well, John Wall said that last year they spent a lot of their season just building the team's confidence. Now, that manifests itself in how hard they work on the court. And this team will play as one of the more physical teams in the NBA.
2 shots.
And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. Wizards trail by 13. The feed to Morris. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 6 assists now in the game. Now here's Richardson. Not a lot of room. Whiteside sets the pick for Richardson. Off the pick. Second shot opportunity. Rebound by the Wizards.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
Beal can't get it to go. The Heat leading by 11. And Waiters kicks to Dragic. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
1 shot, gentlemen.
And the technical free throw is good.
And Dragic came into the NBA with something on his resume that not many other rookies have. He has a ring from winning the Slovenian Pro League the year before he came to America.
Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Beal. Dragic kicks to Richardson. Olynyk, a screen on Wall. Shot off the pick, but he gets it back.
Wow, just getting all the luck right now, it seems. Good bounce.
Whiteside, good.
And every offensive board is an extra possession. If you're trying to compete from this far down, you cannot allow that.
I'll tell you, what an effort on the glass. Even with this lead, they're still going all out.
And there's the pass to Wall. It doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Dragic against Wall. Dragic the pass to Whiteside. Richardson with a screen for Whiteside. It's Dragic with the drive. He used that pick to get in close.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you've got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
And a new group in for the Heat. Adebayo is checked in for Whiteside. Johnson comes in for Olynyk. Winslow's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Johnson in for Dion Waiters. And then for Washington, Mahimi's checked in for Gortat. Mike Scott comes in for Markieff Morris. And Tim Frazier's subbed in for John Wall. Here's Scott. The Wizards with another miss. And here are the Heat now. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. Johnson kicks to Dragic. Scott pulls it in.
Boy, that's a tough miss. Does well to get himself open and then botches it up.
Stolen by Winslow. Just his first attempt. Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
And a quick look at the numbers for Johnson. He's around 6 points per game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds.
Timeout.
And clearly, he's having a tough stretch here. But it's all about how you respond to the adversity. That'll be key.
Right, because everyone gets out of rhythm on occasion. It feels harder than it should be, but you've just got to keep working.
Washington calls timeout. Well, Greg, Justice Winslow had a year that he'd like to forget. His second season in the NBA, only played in the 18 games before sitting out the rest of the way after a torn labrum.
And we're just happy to see the young man back out on the floor so that he can continue to develop. Always a fantastic defender. And you forget, still a very young player who can round into a contributor, I believe, on offense.
Johnson kicks to Winslow. Good ball movement here by Miami. Pass to Magruder. Shot clock at 6. Johnson the screen. He tries for 3. Rebound, Washington. Mahimi's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Meeks. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Meeks got his first points of the night. Miami leading by 13. Johnson kicks to Johnson. Pass to Magruder. Here's the screen. Feeds it to Winslow. Johnson sets the screen for Winslow. He kicks to Johnson. And it's Johnson again missing. Wizards trail by 13. Here's Frazier. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Johnson. Winslow with it. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Shot on the wing. Johnson can't hit. For Washington, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Meeks dishes to Frazier. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Frazier's got his second bucket of the night. Miami's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Johnson kicks to Johnson. Here's Winslow. Johnson, the pass to Magruder. Johnson, the screen. Lets a floater go. Rebound, Washington. Guys, there's still time for them to make a run.
Can't have any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Oubre, good. Oubre's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Dishes to Winslow. Johnson sets the screen for Winslow. Passes to Adebayo. Here's Magruder. He's guarded by Meeks. And it's Magruder missing. And it's Washington's ball. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Frazier dishes to Scott. To the left side wing. Here's Mahimi. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
There's the dish to Winslow. He feeds it to Johnson. And the 3 off target. Wizards trail by 7. Here's Meeks. And he banks in the layup. Meeks got his second basket.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Johnson kicks to Johnson. Now here's Winslow. He's tightly guarded. Johnson the screen. Winslow the pass to Adebayo. The 3 from Johnson. And Johnson missing again.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Frazier dishes to Meeks. Back to Frazier over Johnson. Washington gets it back and a new 24. Here's Meeks. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Johnson kicks to Winslow. Can't connect from short range. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Back to Meeks. Kept alive by Washington. Oubre kicks to Mahimi. Drills the baseline jumper. Mahimi's got 4 points this quarter.
Wow, I'll tell you, Jan Mahimi has really learned how to play off the more natural and gifted scorers on his team. That's a pretty looking shot right there.
Now Winslow. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Johnson the screen. Winslow kicks to Johnson. Johnson the screen. Looking to end the drought. Here's Adebayo. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. And Washington making a change here. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Heat lead by 4. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
Everybody be patient, be on the same page. This game is ours.
And you hear Eric Spoelstra, instead of pumping his guys up, looking to settle them down just a little bit right now.
A great point, Kevin. It's important that no one individual takes it completely upon himself. Sometimes it's guys just trying to self-will it. You got to trust each other out there, and that's what Coach wants to see.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. So on the floor for Washington, Beal and Porter at the 2 and the 3. Mahimi is out there with Mike Scott, and it's Frazier in at the point guard position. Here's Beal. It's deflected, and they get it back. The shot by Mahimi, no good. The Heat leading by 4. Johnson, the pass to Adebayo. Porter against Winslow. Johnson kicks to Magruder. Johnson the screen. The pass to Magruder. From deep. Scott pulls it in. Scott's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
I'll tell you, with the struggle he has had today, he probably won't be their #1 option as they look to close this game out.
Looking to end his cold spell. And with that, the Heat lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Beal.
Oh, slicing into the lane. Nice take by Bradley Beal.
And the Heat call time here.
And his guys are getting frustrated. Coach just really kind of needs to calm them down.
I think, Greg, they've got to continue to believe that the next shot is going to go in. He can hopefully communicate that effectively to them.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Then for the Wizards, Gortat's checked in for Mahimi. Morris comes in for Mike Scott, and it's John Wall in for Frazier. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Eric Spoelstra coaching the team during the break. And he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys.
That was a half-hearted pick, and he was just going through the motions on that possession, and now it ends up costing him.
On the wing, Porter. Richardson covering. Olynyk with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Dragic is running. Again, the miss by the Heat.
I'll tell you, he's had a tough night. And if you're going to shake out of a slump, he's not going to do it with those kinds of shots.
Wall, and it's Whiteside with the rebound.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Screen by Olynyk. Dragic against Wall. Dragic dishes to Waiters. For three, Olynyk knocks down the three ball.
Olynyk giving the defense no time to react. Quick catch and shoot.
Wizards trail by 5. Outside, Wall. Outside against Gortat. The drive by Beal. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Bradley Beal coming off that huge contract, Doris, he signed before last season.
Well, and rightly so, because when Beal is right, Kevin, you can see how deadly he is. He looked much more active last season, was able to drive to the rim, make cuts off the basketball. I just think when playing with confidence and aggression, this guy is truly extraordinary.
Free throw good, Beal.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
He doesn't get the second one.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Raiders no luck. Wizards trail by 4. Here's Morris. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Dragic against Wall. Dragic kicks to Richardson. He dishes it to Whiteside. Raiders against Beal. There's the 3. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Waiters. Wall against Dragic. Morris with a screen on Dragic. And stolen by Whiteside. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. And again, it's the Heat missing. Wizards trail by 4. Outside, Beal. Here's Porter. Converts on the jumper for the easy 2.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Miami's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Whiteside sets the pick for Waiters. Over Beal. Shots good by Waiters. Waiters got 25 points in the game.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
You simply got to push through that, right? You need to at least contest the shot. Otherwise, he's going to knock it down. Great contest by the defender. But that's a dunk you've got to put down in his face.
Kicks to Whiteside. 14 feet away. That one good for 2. And the Heat lead by 6.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
For Washington, they've gone just 2 of 8 in this 4th quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Ball passes to Gortat. Outside, Beal. Shot clock at 5. Over Waiters. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Beal's got 5 points now in the quarter. The Heat leading by 4. Dragic kicks to Richardson. The feed now to Olynyk. Gortat with the steal. Here's Morris, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Just a beautiful job by Morris to draw the foul. There is an art to getting the defender to commit.
And the first one drops.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Both good from the line that time.
Boy, how outstanding at the line has this guy been. One of the best free throw shooting big men you will ever find.
Richardson dishes to Dragic. Olynyk, a screen on Wall. Here's Dragic. And that one is off. Wall with some nice defense. To tie it up. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That's on Goran Dragic.
Boy, the speed just makes it so tough to contain John Wall without fouling.
Doris Otto Porter is a very consistent shooter. He's put in a lot of work since entering the NBA to get his shot where it is now.
You know what I love, Kev? He reviews film, and he thinks about his mechanics all the time. And it's one of the ways you build a more reliable three-point shot. You can't question his work ethic.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
That one drops. He ties it up. Miami's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Dragic with it. He's picked up by Wall. Dragic against Wall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Waiters. No good. Now Washington takes it the other way. Here's Porter. Count that one. And the Wizards lead by 2.
The length and athleticism of Otto Porter, able to weather the contact, still get it in over the top.
Right side a screen. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Gortat with the defensive effort. Here's Washington now. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. And that one's good by Porter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Wizards leading by 4. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Looking to get back on track here. No good from Dragic.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Well, Greg, I think this other team is just in a zone right now. They're clicking on the offensive end, and the defense starting to look frustrated.
The Heat trail by 6. And Waiters has it in the corner. Miami no good on that time either.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
Wall, here's Porter, and good, coming off the assist by Wall. Porter's got 10 points in just the second half.
You know, since halftime, he's finally started to shoot with confidence.
Screen by Olynyk. Waiters against Beal. Waiters into the lane. Not going to go that time.
As off as he's been this quarter, it's not helping them to trim the deficit.
Here's Morris, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
What a story from Markieff Morris, taking exactly 1 pick before his twin brother Marcus back in 2011.
First free throw is good. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And, you know, normally when you look at a guy like Whiteside with the field goal percentage and all, you'd think it's all about dunks. But I tell you what, he's improved his entire repertoire of scoring options near the rim. And now he's even showing that he can step out and knock down that little face-up 15-footer. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Whiteside earlier in his career didn't have as many options to score, but Greg, he's been very conscious of keeping that improvement of his game, and especially on the offensive end.
And Whiteside has been self-motivated since he's come back to the NBA. He's got the great length. He gets the hooks. He's got that baby hook up over the defenders, the soft shooting touch, and he just continues to improve offensively, all the while still being a force on the defensive side of the floor.
And that one falls for Beal. And here's Dragic. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Pass to Whiteside. Looking to end the run, and it's sent back by Morris.
Well, the tools, the instincts to do this on a more regular basis are certainly there for Markieff Morris. He gets every bit of that one.
And last season, Greg, you heard a lot of names brought up for most improved player in the league, and Otto Porter was one of them.
I mean, and I think for Porter, the change came when he just felt more comfortable from deep in terms of shooting. He always had a solid mid-range game, but now he looks comfortable from deep and has become one of the bigger threats we have in the league.
Shot.
And he knocks down the first one.
You guys look at a guy like Otto Porter, and it seems like he's coming into his own in this league. He scuffled a bit, certainly, in his first season, but a key piece for this group moving forward.
So he gets them both. The Heat trail by 14. And Waiters kicks to Olynyk. Ball against Dragic. Goes back up. And Whiteside finishes it off. Whiteside's got 4 this quarter.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
Washington leading now by 12. Now here's Wall. Pass to Gortat. Feeds it to Beal. 6 on the shot clock. Excellent D there from Waiters.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
Screen by Olynyk. Puts it up from 12. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Richardson. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
things are definitely clicking. And more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
A baseline J. That's good on the jump shot. Wall's got 11 points here in just the second half.
You can see the satisfaction John Wall takes in making those jumpers. He continues to improve in that area.
Here's Waiters. Here's Whiteside. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It's going to be on John Wall.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw, good, Whiteside. Second free throw, no good.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
There's a screen by Gortat. Back to Wall. Shot from 16. Gortat misses.
That's an example of great defense. His teammates love that about him. Always why the shooters struggle against this guy.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
Here's Wall. It's hauled in by Richardson. Miami's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. To the middle, here's Olynyk. Up and in on the layup.
Well, Olynyk, such a deft touch on the interior. Keeps the ball high. The defense has no chance.
All with it. And it's Beal in the corner. Back to Wall. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Wizards lead by 8.
Just terrific determination. First, compiling the lead, and now building on it.
Yeah, Greg, I think it's very difficult coming back in this instance. They have owned this game. Don't see them coughing up this lead.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're trailing by 8. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And you know what? They're not ready to give up yet. They'll try to intentionally foul if they can get a quick hoop.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, John Wall.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. .34 seconds left in the game. Right side a screen. And Waiters kicks to Dragic. Over Wall. Dragic left side. Waiters for 3. Washington with the rebound. They've led by as many as 14 points. Wall passes to Porter. And so it's the Wizards with the W. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you very much, Marcin. A strong game defensively. How important is that communication between the front court and the back court?
Well,
obviously we're going to be a better team if we're going to continue to talk like that defensively. You know, we inform each other about screens and cuts, and you know, it was a lot of different schemes we're supposed to do today. That's why, you know, all 5 guys were talking, and that was crucial for that.
Well, it showed up on the floor, March. Congrats on the win. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long.